So I think we can start now. It's already 8:11.
Yeah, I think so. It's about time. এখানে কি কেউ আছে যাদের বাংলা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হয় বা কিছু?
তাহলে আমরা বাংলাতে কনভার্স করতে পারি। Raise hand
না হলে আমরা ইংলিশে কনভার্স করব।
ইংলিশেই তাহলে একজন হাত যখন তুলেছে তখন আমরা ইংলিশেই কন্টিনিউ
ইংলিশে করব।
So
Okay.
Career Catalyst is something which is organized by the Code Club JUSL. Now, firstly, it's organized by the CP/DSA team. CP or DSA, is basic. Each and every company that comes in the software domain, they will have DSA. You need to clear their OA, and for clearing their OA, you need to have some good knowledge about DSA. So our target batch is 2028, 2027 also, because 2027 will also face companies in their FTEs and also along the intern drive that will be continued. And 28 batch is preparing for the intern drive for next year. So today we have the day 0 session. So I will just tell you a brief about the Code Club JUSL. So the Code Club JUSL was founded in the year 2018 with an ambition that the coding culture should be spread around the whole campus, not only Salt Lake campus but also Jadavpur campus. It's a club for the whole university. Each and every institution like the IITs or private institutions or the government institutions have a code club. So our seniors also had an ambition that we will have a code club that will promote the coding culture. That time was different. Coding was preliminarily very basic, DSA, and you had some front end, back end thing. Now it's very diverse. Now we cannot just restrict into CP or DSA. We have the machine learning stuff, the front end, back end stuff, development part. So today we are starting with the CP and the DSA team. They are giving you a day 0 session about the prerequisites and everything that is needed for you to code well. And you will also have sessions on dev and ML that will be organized very soon. So stay tuned, and we will also publish a form after this session where you can tell what problems did you face and what improvements we can do on our part. Also, after these sessions are conducted, we are planning for small events for you also. So please stay tuned with the Code Club and trust us, we will guide you through. Over to the team.
Yeah, thank you, Aitru, for that intro. Yeah, so I'm gonna take over from here. So as you know, we are here for the CP session today, day 0 session. We will provide you the roadmap on what you need and what you're required for starting your CP journey. I hope some of you have already started your CP journey, but some of you might not have. So this will be a great starting point from where you can start your CP journey. Now, a lot of questions can be that what is the difference between CP and DSA? So there is not much of a difference, but competitive coding is basically you can say a higher form of DSA. In DSA, you are provided with a straightforward statement that you have to do this and do that. But in CP, that same question is masked within a story or something that you have to decode and think of a logic and then solve that problem. So I think so that's the main difference between CP and DSA. And don't see the slides up here. The pictures are of React, but yeah, we are not teaching you React here. We are gonna teach you DSA. Okay, so I think so. This is our core team of our CP. Our lead is Irfanda. I think so. Some of you might know him. And second, there is me, Ankit Kundu. Okay, I'm an upcoming intern at Sprinkler. I'm currently in my 3rd year. I actively participate in Code Forces and Code Chef contests. I think so. My rest of my teammates can also give a little bit of an intro. Shan, if you can.
Okay, so I am Sean. I am an upcoming intern at Google. I am also an expert at code sources and a 4-star at CodeChef. I also do lead code. I am a guardian at lead code. And yeah, that's all about it. Next, Niling, you can do.
Yeah. So I'm Nitin Goswami. I'm an upcoming intern at Wells Fargo, and I also participate regularly at code courses and I'm an expert. So let's continue.
Yeah, thank you, Shayan and Nilim. I might ask a question out of the context right now. How many of you knew about us, any of our names before? If you could raise your hands or something. Okay, okay, a few. Okay, a lot. Okay, some of you knew our names. Okay,
Basically, you
that's
are the
good to know.
host. You don't need to introduce. I thought.
No, I don't think so. I think that maybe a lot of people know Shayan from his code forces and code chef. I think so. I don't think so about me. They know that much. But okay. Uh, okay, let's continue. I think so. Um, Next is the activities, what we are going to do in our upcoming sessions. We will focus on topics on each session. Today is the day zero session. We might not focus on much of CP topics, but we hope so. We can do that in future sessions. Okay, this is just a roadmap, just getting you started. We might not touch on topics right today that much, but don't get disheartened. We will surely do that in future sessions. So topic-wise comparative coding sessions, that will be a key aspect of our sessions. Then there will be contests on topic that are taught in the session. So be prepared for that. I think so. Some of you are already prepared for contests like that, but yeah. But we will try to make it a different, something different, or maybe also involve prize pools. We are not promising anything right now, but let's see what it goes. And we will think of much more activities for our CP sessions. I hope it's not limited to this too. Okay. Then there is prerequisites. Okay. We can't teach you CP from scratch. We can't teach you coding languages. We can't teach you syntaxes here. Okay. I hope so. You're in second year. You know a lot about coding languages, how to code, how to write a code, how to solve a problem. Yeah. So I would highly recommend you to learn a language. I would recommend C++ because it's widely used in CP. So I would recommend you to learn C++, but you can also use different languages like Java and Python for CP. But we will mainly focus on C++ in our sessions. You can still attend this because we will focus on logic more than coding. So yeah, C++ STL. This you should know before you start CP. I mean, you should know the basics like vector stack, queues, map, set, sorting. I mean, these are the basics. You will need them in every problem. Okay, you can't start CP without knowing STL because it will help you a lot. Like, how many of you know about vectors? Okay. Okay. 20 people. Okay. 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 Understood that you all, some of you know about vectors, but I will give you a basic overview. Vectors is like arrays, but it's dynamic. You can change the size of the vector at any point in the code. So it's a very useful thing. I'm just giving you an overview. There are many more things that are in STL that are very useful. So you should learn STL. We'll provide you resources after this about STL. Okay. And basic math. Basic math you should know. Okay. You have done up to 12. You don't know. You don't need to know anything very complex, but basics. Obviously, GCD, LCM, combinatorics, permutation combination, the basics. Okay, because you will need them very heavily in CP. There are many questions that are just math. You have to solve them using math. Okay, so be prepared for that. And I think so for next session, I would highly recommend you to get familiar with the coding platforms like LeetCode, CodeChef, CodeForces, because in your CP journey, that's where you will spend your majority of the time. Okay, so get familiar with the CodeForces and CodeChef interfaces and UIs. Okay, how many of you already give contests in any of these platforms? Okay, 16 people. Okay, I hope. Understood that you some of you give contest. I will highly recommend everyone else to start your CP journey from here. We will highly support you in if you have any problems. But yeah, you should start giving contests because it will help you boost your speed and your coding knowledge, which will help you highly when you are giving your interviews, like online assessment rounds or interviews in your next year for internship and the next year for FT. Okay, so I would highly recommend give contests. Okay, moving on to next slide. Topics that might be covered. Okay, we will try to cover as many topics as there are in here and many more, but we don't know how your responses gonna be. So if your responses are very positive, we will obviously try to cover all these topics soon, but no promises. We are also in a very starting phase of our coding club. It has been inactive for a long time, so we are trying to experiment a lot. So okay, we'll try to cover as many topics as we can. Okay. Code contest platform. There are many contest platforms, but notably the most popular is CodeForces, CodeChef, AdCoder, and LeetCode. LeetCode is more of a DSA based. Okay, if you are preparing for interviews and all, LeetCode is very helpful because a lot of interview questions that are in OA come from directly LeetCode. But for CP, I would highly recommend CodeForces. Okay, CodeForces is a great platform for CP. Try to give contests on CodeForces. But if you feel very, what are you going to say? Very difficult adjusting with the CodeForces, I will highly recommend starting with CodeChef because it's very simple, minimalistic. You can easily start at CodeChef. Once you get the hang of the contest, you can shift to CodeForces, or you can continue both. I have personally continued both. I think so. AdCoder, Shayan, Nilim, you have any experience in AdCoder?
Coder is mostly similar to CodeForces.
Okay, similar to CodeForces.
Yeah.
Shayan, have you?
Yeah, Coder has some good problems. Like in CodeForces, the problems are very verbose. There is a lot of text. You have to read a lot. But in CodeShell, in AdCoder, the problems are very straightforward. Like they're telling you that you have to do only this thing. So if you want to practice in that way, AdCoder is a good platform to start.
Okay. So yeah, I think so. You got the gist about AdCoder too. And CodeForces, CodeChef. I would highly recommend CodeForces, CodeChef. And LeetCode you can do if you want DSA and you want to prepare for internships and all, but I would highly recommend the first two. Okay, I am very biased, but okay, so don't if you are already doing LeetCode or AdCoder, don't take it very too hard. Okay. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can at any time unmute and ask. Okay, there is not a problem. Okay, I don't think so. Anyone has any problem? Next is resources. Here are a few of the resources. I think so. The links are linked with the text. We will provide you with this slide after the session. You can click on the links and you can learn from here. There are 1100 links. Let's see if we can. Okay. Yeah, you are stuck at 1180 at CodeChef. Am I correct? Tuhin? Yeah. Okay. 1100 rating at CodeChef. 1100 rating means which star? which star is it? 1100? Like 1 star, 2 star? I don't remember. 1 star. Okay. So I think so. Since you're stuck at 1 star, I think so. Your basics are not clear. You don't know much about HTLs and all. I think so. I think so. It's more about getting to know the CP. Okay. Practice problems. Practice easy problems. Start with easy problems. The problems you can do. Okay. Give half an hour to it. Read the problem. Think of solution. If you can't solve in 30 minutes, see the editorial. Read the editorial. Once you have read the editorial, don't copy the code. Okay. Think of your own way to implement it. Implementation is a big part of CP. Okay. 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 First the question I can solve. Okay. Let's. I will come back to that. Okay. I think so. Finishing this resources and all will be the important the priority here. We will come to your questions. Okay. Sure. Okay. 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 So algorithm website, CP algorithms. I think so many of you know about CP algorithms. It's a great website to read about algorithms. Okay. There is another code process blog, which is also very helpful. There are a lot of blogs linked there. You can read from there. You can learn from there. There are a few YouTube playlists also linked here. Love code, comparative coding YouTube playlist. I would highly recommend you that, because I have started my CP journey from here, and I think so. This will also answer Tuhin's doubt that I am stuck at 1100. I think so. You could follow this playlist. I personally follow this playlist. I got to learn a lot of things about STL, a lot of things about modular operations, a lot of things about binary search. You can follow that playlist. You will get started with CP in no time. Okay. The videos are not very long. Videos are very short and crisp, so you can follow that. There is an IICPC link, okay, which is also a YouTube playlist from IICPC. I think so. Some of you might know CodeFest, okay. Then there is Electro algorithms, which is not very vast. There are few algorithms he has taught. He has taught dynamic programming. He has taught a few sparse table, binary lifting, some topics. You can go and check it out. And there are rating based problem sheet. I have personally followed CP31 problem sheet a lot. Okay. I think so Nilim has done too. So it's very helpful. And I think so Shan has followed AC ladders, both these sheets. Okay. So you can follow these sheets if you want that. I am at this rating at Code Forces. I want to solve problems of my rating and 200 plus. So I can improve. You can highly see this. Okay. Then there are CP roadmaps. I think so. Striver's A to Z sheet. Everyone knows about it. It's highly popular. It has topic-wise questions from hard to medium, from low to hard difficulty. So you can highly follow this also. Okay. This is very helpful for your interviews and all. And then there is, I think so, roadmap is of neat code. There are very few problems that are given there for each topic in a form of a tree. You can start from the top of the tree, and I will show you, I think so, the websites. You will better understand from there. Then there is CSS. CSS also is a website where you can solve problems topic wise. And then there is rating based contest website. Okay, rating based contest website, that is ThemeCP. ThemeCP is a website where you will go, you will give your rating. Based on your rating, it will suggest you problems. Okay, so you can give contests, like you're giving a contest, it will suggest you for a few problems. I think so. Shan will explain this better. Shan, could you explain the rating based contest website?
Okay, so ThemeCP is a website where you can give your rating and it will recommend you 4 problems. Like initially, when you start coding, it's overwhelming to choose problems, like from where to practice, which problems will help me to improve. So ThemeCP here gives a very good starting point. It will give you automatically 4 problems and a 2-hour time span. At this 2-hour time span, you have to try to solve all those problems. If you see that, okay, I am able to solve all those 4 problems in the given time span, you can increase your rating by 1. And if you see that, okay, I cannot solve this, then you can decrease your rating by 1. And by doing this, at a point, you will achieve somewhere where you can, at this level, you can solve all the 4 problems. And at the next level, you cannot solve all the 4 problems. That is the point where you have to practice more. And doing this contest will help you to get easily questions. Like, you don't have to find questions. It will give you the most relevant questions early. So yeah, it's a good website, and you should always, if you are stuck at some rating in code forces, you can try to practice in this website only to get a hang of timed contest. Like in code forces also, you need to be very fast to get an actual good rating. So yeah, I think this is a great website to practice.
Yeah. I think so. You got the gist of the website, and this is the STL resource that I was talking about. If you want to read about STL, you can read from here. There is a PDF linked. Okay. If you want to learn STL from videos, it's also in Love's YouTube playlist that is linked there. Okay. This one. So you can follow this playlist, or if you don't want to watch videos, you want to learn STL from from a PDF or notes, you can follow this. Very helpful. Okay. So I think so. I will show you now the websites. This websites. I think so. And again, one more note: you don't have to follow all of this. Okay. Whatever suits you, whatever you feel that okay, I'm gonna solve problem sheets based on rating. You can solve any. You can choose any of this one. Okay. You can choose CP31 or ACD ladders. Okay. If you want to follow any playlist, you can choose Love, or you can find your own. There are a lot of playlists on YouTube. Okay. Algorithm website. There are a lot of algorithms on this website. You don't have to learn all. You don't have to learn everything. Okay. We will try to provide you the things that are necessary as much as possible. But yeah, that's the gist of it. So I think so. I will show you the websites right now, the resources website. So this is it. Okay. Think so. Okay. This is the CPL. I think so. You can see, right? You can see these pages, right?
Yes, because.
Okay. Okay. So this is the CP algorithms website. I don't think so. I have to walk you through the CP algorithm website, but this is a very good website. You can learn about like data structures here. There are fundamentals. Okay. There are a lot of things here. You can learn from here. Then there is this blog on Code Forces. Sorry. There's a lot of things. Again, you don't have to learn it all. If you stumble upon some topic, you can search it here. You can read it from here. There are a lot of topic: dynamic programming, divide and conquer, okay, sparse table, distance union. Okay, you can check it out. Then there is Love's playlist. I think so. Yeah. So see here, there is C++ basics. There is, I think so, STL at some point, pre-computation. There is recursion, C++ STLs. You can start, if you want to learn STL, you can start from here and see some of the videos. Okay, you will get to know about STL a lot. I think so. STL is up to this part. Okay, up to this 45. You can see. Okay, the videos are not very long. 10 minutes, 20 minutes tops. So yeah, you can follow this. I have followed this personally. And there is 2 other YouTube playlists. I will not show you that. You can check it out yourself. Then there is TL eliminator sheet. I think so. I'll show you. See, I have done a lot of here. I have not completed the 1800 problems, but you can see that I have practiced from here a lot. So yeah, you can follow this. Okay, and then there is ACD ladders. I have not personally followed this, but Chan has done. So I think so. It's a very good recommendation. You can solve from here. Okay. There are various ratings, and I think so 100 problems each rating. You can start here also. Okay. And CP roadmaps, I don't think so. I need to show. I think so. Neat code I will show. Yeah, neat code. Yeah. See, this is a tree-like thing. See, I have done a little bit. I have not completed it totally, but you can also start from here. It starts from arrays and then goes to two-pointer stack. I mean, it gives us a structured way to learn all the data structures. So yeah, you can also follow this. And then there is TeamCP. TeamCP is a you can check this out. This is the website. Okay, you can practice here too. And at last, this is the drive, the still PDF that I was talking about. It's a big PDF. I think it will take a little bit of time to load. Yeah, so this is a very good STL resource. It teaches you about time complexity a little bit, or big O notation, sorting, merge sort. There's a lot of things. It's a big PDF, 79 pages. Okay, I will recommend you glance over it. Okay, I think so. That's it from my side right now. I think so. Shayan, you can take over from here. You can show them about STLs a little bit.
Okay, so here I am sharing my screen. It's properly visible, right?
Yeah, Shayan. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna talk about a bit of this time complexity and basic SQL stuff. This is written in C++, but this doesn't mean that we are just promoting C++. It's a general language we all use. And in similar, like in Java, Python, you can find similar for all of these things. So the initial part is this: what is time complexity? Like in every forces contest, you will see these constraints like n is less than 10. The most seen constraint you can see is n is less than equal to 10 to the power 6. So from these constraints, you can get an idea of like which type of solution we can write so that it passes into this time complexity. Like for n belonging to 10 to the power 6 range, you have to write a solution of O of n log n or O of n. Here are all the requirements like for n less than equal to 20, you can change something about 2 to the power 9. It doesn't mean that the solution will always be of this order, but here it's just a starting point. Now there can be many times where the constraints of n are lower, but the actual optimal and the easier solution is of O of n or O of n. So this is just a reference and a baseline, and yes, that is all for this. Now, for the sorting algorithms, some things you have to know. Like we are not teaching anything here. This is the things you should know before it's as a prerequisite you can take it. So the basic sorting algorithms are like bubble sort, insertion sort, and selection sort. Like I see many people skipping this basic sorting algorithms because they are of n time complexity and they are not typically used in your day-to-day basis. But yes, you need to know the concepts of why actually bubble sort works, why actually this insertion sort works. You need to go through all these algorithms and understand not the exact algorithm, but why they actually work. Something more important, which you generally will be used more, is smart sort. It's used as a divide and conquer algorithm, and its overall time complexity of log n. This algorithm is used in many places. In many future problems, you will see yourself using this algorithm. I would highly recommend to learn this merge sort. And then it comes the basic STL sort, which is the short function. It is also of time complexity over n log n, and this is the thing you will mostly use to sort a given array. So you need to understand this. Like I saw many people writing sort functions from scratch during the contest. So please don't do that. Use STL. STL is given to you as a tool to excel at programming. Use it. The next is vectors in C++. As Ankit said, vector is just a collection of elements. In vector, in C++, you can define vector like vector of here. The vector v is defined like you can say specify any elements vector like vector of int specifies the vector which can contain integer elements. Vector of char specifies a vector which can contain characters. So this is the way you can declare a vector. It's declaring an empty vector. You can also declare this vector with some initial elements like this. When you declare the vector with this curly braces, this says that okay, it's of size 10, and the vector is it is assumed that is vector of int here, so it's not written. So as it is of size 10, all the values are initialized with default value, which is 0. In case of like if it were a vector of cat, then the all of the values would have been an empty character. So yeah, the default value differs between the character to character int and all, but yes, this is the basic syntax. And if you want all of the vector elements to be same value defined from the default value, you can use this syntax where this 5 means that all of the elements in the vector will have the value size. So here are some basic operations on the vector, which is vector dot pushback. It adds the element at the end of the vector. Its time complexity is O of 1, so it doesn't require any extra time to add element to the back of the vector. You can do v dot popback. It removes the last element from the vector. You can do v dot size, which gives you the current size of the vector, and v dot clear, which removes all the elements from the vector, giving you an empty vector. Okay, so there are some more vector operations like okay, there are pushback, popback, and something like v dot erase, and you have to give a position as an argument. So this will delete a certain element at the given position, and there is a v dot insert. It also inserts a value at a given position. So now you need to think about this like the v dot erase and v dot insert. Both of them are at worst case O of n time complexity. So whenever you are using this, you have to keep in mind that okay, they may seem like a single statement, but yes, they are of O of n time complexity. Similarly, there are iterators. Like iterators, you can think of them as a pointer. They are actually not pointers. They are kind of objects, but in general use case, you can think of them as a pointer only. Like the v dot begin, you can see that the v dot begin iterator is the iterator which points at the first element of a vector. Similarly, the v dot end, it points at the end element. End element is not actually the last element. Like if you have a vector, then for the whole vector there is a v dot end, which signifies that the vector has ended. But at the v dot end there is no actual value. So you cannot just say like star v dot end. So this will not give you a value. This will give you an error. So this points to the positions after the last element. The v dot r begin. R begin means that the reverse begin. So it actually points to the last elements of the vector. And similarly, this is the v dot rn, which actually points to the first element of the vector. Similarly, there are other iterator functions like sort, which you would use to sort the array, reverse to reverse the array. Similarly, max element, it finds the maximum element. It actually gives the iterator, not the element. You have to do star max element to get the iterator, and similarly min element. Okay, there are similarly pairs and tuples. Pairs are actually a key. Pairs are actually a set of two elements. Like here, pair p1 comma hello. This is a pair of two elements. Similarly, tuple you can see one hello and 3.14. So this is a tuple of three elements. They can be of any type. So this is for them only. And then we have set. Set is a collection of unique elements. Set gives you a sorted order. Like if you insert that element, it will go to a sorted position. And when you remove an element, the set automatically sorts itself. The insert operation is O of log n. The erase operation is similarly O of log n. Set.count is used to check if an element exists in the set. And similarly, s.find is used to find the iterator. If the element exists, it finds the iterator. Else, it gives it returns the s dot end, the end iterator. Okay, so there are unordered sets also which has O of 1 and average, but you don't need to use unordered sets that much. And okay, there are maps also where maps is a key value pair store. Like you can store for a key, you can store a value. This is the map syntax. I think you can go over all this. Priority queue is similarly when you define a priority queue, it's actually a max heap where the maximum, when you ask for the top element of the priority queue, it's the maximum element. And yeah, I think this is, you can go through all of this. Similarly, there are things mentioned like DQ, stack, and queue, which are basic things. You can might probably go over all of this. Yeah, that's all for me. And I think you should always try to use SQL to solve problem. And obviously, knowing only SQL doesn't guarantee you that you can solve any problem. So SQL is the basic starting point where you should start. And okay, that's all from me. I think I should hand over to Ankit again.
Yeah. Thank you, Chan, for your explanation about STL. This was a brief overview about STL. We will provide you that PPT if you want. There are other resources on STL also. So yeah, I think so. You got the gist about STL, the main topics of STL. I think so. I will show you a question right now. I think so. We will show you about how to submit on CodeChef and CodeForces. Submission on CodeChef is not that difficult, but I would still like to go through that website for you. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we will solve this problem here. Okay, so I think so. First, I will go through the website first. Okay, so yeah, this is the CodeChef website. Okay, you can see you can give daily contests. I think so. The next contest is on Wednesday. You can, I think so. I hope so. I will see you all there. But yeah, when is it? I think so. Wednesday. It's on 3rd. So yeah, try to give this contest. So this is the website. You can practice here. There is sections, but I will. If you want to solve the topic based question, you can go to practice-old. Okay, so here you will get topic wise question of CodeChef. Okay, this is a little bit hidden, practice old. Okay, I don't know from where I found this, but yeah, this is there somewhere in CodeChef. You can solve from here. There are recent contest problems. There are problems from various ratings. You can set ratings of your star. Like here, you can set that you have 1 star. You will get 1 star questions. Okay, so you can solve from here. I think so. I will show you this question. Okay, so first of all, I will talk a little bit about header files. Okay, you might have seen a lot of header files like hash include vector, stdio, a lot of that. But we will not use every single header file. Okay, we will use one unified header file, that is bit/std c++.h. So what this does is it includes every header file that is there in C++. So you don't have to manually manually write every header file when you need it. Maybe you would need vector at some point. So you don't have to write hash include vector.h. You don't have to do that every single time. So this is very helpful. So I think so. I will use a little bit of a template. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is called template. This is not a very advanced thing. This is just a template. Same thing. Just bits with using namespace. Okay. There is a signed main. Signed main we have done because we will do hash include hash define int long int. So yeah, why we are doing this? This is a very big question, right? Okay, why we are doing this? Why we are not just omitting this and writing int main? Okay, so we are doing this so that we don't have to again and again write anywhere long. You know that int's limit is what? I think so. 1E7. I think so. 1E7 or 1E8. Okay, 1E9. Sorry, my bad. Approximately 1E9 int. So, but some problems you will see that you have to maybe store some of, there is n which is like 10 to the power 6. Okay, 1E6. Okay, and you have to store sum of n numbers. Okay, there is a1, a2, dot an. So you have to store, and every number ai equals to less than or equals to 1 in 9. So at that time, if you have to calculate sum, you can't just use int sum. Why? Because there are 10 to the power 6 numbers and each of them is 10 to the power 9. So obviously it will overflow because 1e15 int cannot store. So what we will do, what we used to do, we do is long int. So long int has can hold up to, I think so, close to 1e18. So that is pretty much sufficient for holding any kind of an integer number. Okay, so we are doing this so that we don't have to again and again write long int everywhere. We have to think about overflow. So we are doing this so that every time we write int, our compiler knows that, okay, we want to mean that instead of writing int sum, it will just interpret as long int sum. Okay, this will be the interpretation of the compiler. And instead of this, this is what we want to tell. So I will now go back to the question. Okay, so here we have the question. So what does the question tell us? I think so I will recommend you first read the question, everyone, and if you have any logic, you can tell me. Okay, I will give you, I think so, 5 minutes to read the question. I think so I will place the question in the chat too, so that if you cannot see the problem properly, I think so you can just check it out from here. Okay, just read the question once. And so once you have read the question, raise your hands. I think so. That will be the best option. Anyone done reading the question? You can raise the hand. Okay. 2. Okay. Okay. 3. Rest of you, try to speed up, read the question, get the gist of it.
বলো। ঠিক আছে।
Okay. Anyone else
Yeah,
that has finished the question, reading the question?
হ্যাঁ।
No one? Okay, only 3. I mean, I think it's about 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At least a few. Okay. Anyone who can give me the gist of the question can unmute and just talk about it. Or you can type it in the text box.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your name?
Yeah, I am Devarun, second year IT.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you give me the gist of the question?
Yeah. So what I can understand here, we are taking a string of lowercase characters.
Yeah.
It's not defined. The length is not defined. We can take it. It can be of the length can be anything. So we are defining two functions like left shift and right shift, where when we are doing left shift, the first letter goes to the last, and all the rest of the letters shift one side left. Length remains same. It's just a cyclic shift, like we are shifting from right to left. And similarly for right, it does the same thing. So we have been asked that firstly, we have been asked to give inputs in the first line, like in the test case 4. We are giving inputs like the string S. Uh, we are giving the string V as input. Each of the A, B, whatever we are giving, it's the string V as input. We are performing both the operations LV and and RV. We are seeing that if they are both giving the same result or not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You got the gist. Everyone got the gist of the question. I think so. He's has given the gist correctly. Any thought on the logic on how you might solve it?
Sir, I have a idea.
Sir, you don't have to call me sir. You can you can call me.
I have an idea. So basically, if let's say that the string contains multiple characters, let's say not just one character, it has let's say 2 characters. In that case, if we left shift the first character to the I mean shift the first character to the last, in that case the all the characters in that particular string will be shifted towards the left. And in the same word, if we right shift it, then all the characters will be shifted towards the right. In that case, both the strings will never be actually be same. Hence, I think that if all the characters are same, then only they should be equal in applying both the.
Okay. So you're saying that every character should be equal, so then only the answer should be yes. Am I correct in getting your evaluation?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But as Shomyadeep has pointed out that AB it's given in the test case that the input is AB, which is not all the characters are equal, yet it is yes. I think so. Someone said check if it's palindrome or not. Christian, I don't know if I'm. If you can unmute and talk about it, I guess. Krishnendu.
Dada, can I just say one thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can. I'm Devarun.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we can observe here, just like Ankit said, if the string has odd number of characters, then I think it's compulsory for each of them to be same. But for even number of characters, it can be different, just like in AB.
In odd number of characters, all the characters should be same, and in even case,
it can be. It has a separate case, just like AB. It's becoming BA for both cases. For even number of characters, we have to make a rigorous check. But for odd number of characters, I think it has to be all the characters same.
Oh, okay. So you're saying can you give me an example for even number of characters that you will think is yes?
Yeah, even number of characters, just like in the test case given here, AB. Left shift, it becomes BA, right?
For 4 length, what can be an input that will give an yes?
Well, if it's AB, then it would give the same. But if I go for 3 characters, say for odd number, ABA, it gives me BAA and I think AAB. So that's not going to be equal. I think only case for odd number.
Wait, you're saying for ABA it won't be. You're saying that it won't be equal for left shift and right shift, right?
Yes.
Because it will be AAB and the BAA. Okay. But
for
you're
odd
saying
number,
that
I think it has to be all the characters are same.
Yeah. There is a bit of an edge case. I don't think so. It will be for, you said for even it has to be all same, right? Oh wait. You said for
odd number of characters, it has to be all characters are same.
All same characters for odd number. Okay, so you're saying that it should be same for odd character. Let's see if I can.
I'm still thinking for a contradiction here. I'm not sure.
Let's see. Let's check it out. We can do that. But okay, for odd number, you will check that if all of the characters are same or not. For even, what will be the check?
I think for even, we have to apply the function fully to check. There's no other way. So I think it's better directly going for the function.
Okay, let's back a little bit. What do you think is the optimal complexity with which you have to solve this? I think so. Shayan has brushed up on that topic a little bit. I will show you also the page. Okay, so what do you think is the optimal big O? Wait, I don't think so. I'm sharing right now. Wait. Yeah, I think so. You can see right now. What do you think is the complexity of with which you have to solve that problem? Is it O of 1, O of
n log n or n log n or n? O of big O of n log n?
Yeah, it's 10 to the power 6 n log n or n. Okay. So applying the operation, so there are 2 left shift and right shift operation. So what is the cost of applying 1 left shift operation? Can anyone tell me? What is the big O of cost of applying a left shift operation or a right shift operation? Like if there is given AB, huh?
O of n.
O of n. So how many times do we have to check for each left shift and right shift? So you're saying left shift of V is O of n. And how many times do we have to check the entire string?
n square.
I mean, not exactly. I think so.
We are doing one left shift and one right shift,
right
and
shift.
we are comparing just once after the
Yeah.
both the shifts have occurred.
Yeah. So I don't think so. It doesn't even require anything. You can just check it once. I think so.
I think there will be just one check.
Yeah. Let's code it up. I think so. Often. Nilim, am I correct? Can we just brute force it and just check? Just do a left shift and a right shift and just check the string.
Yeah, sounds correct. You can try it. Should be good.
Okay. So yeah. So I think so. Thinking about let's code it up first. I think so. String s in s let's take two more strings. Left shift string and right shift string. Okay. Left shift equals to right shift equals to s. Okay. And the n equals to s dot size. So for left shift, we have to just take a character from the first and then just add it to the last, right? For left shift.
You can use substring method.
Yeah, good. So I don't think so. Then we need to initialize this anyway here. So ls equals to s dot sub str 1,1 plus s of 0. And I think so. Right shift equals to s dot sub str 0, n minus 1, and we'll just add s of n minus 1. If anyone doesn't know s sub str, I think so we'll brush up on that. If ls equals to rs, see out yes slash n, else see out no slash n. Let's run it. I think so. I have not done any mistake. Okay, let's submit the code. Okay, it's the correct answer. So yeah, as you can see, the substring operation is O of n. So for each, you are taking O of n. So the total complexity of the code is O of n, and you can solve it using this. But this is a much simpler solution. I prepared for a better solution, to be fair, but I did not think of that. You can just brute force it and shift it. Okay. I think so. If we have time at the end, I will show you that process too. But I think so. We will shift to a code shift problem. Before shift going to that code forces problem, does anyone have any doubt? Yamuku Chatterjee is correct for left shift. Now replace it's okay. Yeah, Munidas, I think so. He gave the Munidip. Sorry, I'm very bad with names. He gave the correct solution in the chat. It's Tuhin, I think so. He tried to write something. Maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. It's too long. Yeah. Mukut Chatterjee also gave the correct solution. Okay. Okay. Anyone, any doubts? Monidip Das, your hand is up. Do you have any doubt? Okay. So no one has any doubt. Okay. This was a much simple question. Okay. No. Okay. So let's shift to a code forces problem. I'll give you the problem in the chat. I will give you 3 minutes to read the question. I think so. 9:15 to read the question. Once we are done with this question, I think so I will show you a modified version of the code shift problem, which is, I think so, better than the one I showed. I did not expect it to be that simple. Okay, I think so. How many of you have read the question at least? Some of you have solved the problem also. I think so. Okay, you have raised their hands. Rest, have you not read the problem? Only 6? Okay, few. Anyone who can explain me the question, the expected time complexity, and the solution, or few of those at least? Can unmute. Those who have written the solution in the chat, anyone? Unmute and explain me your thought process. No one? I mean, you have solved the problem. Anyone can unmute just and explain the logic. Soumyadev Roy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hello.
you have written the solution in the chat. You can just tell me
Yes.
about the question and the complexity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question says that we have n gears where the ith gear has a1 teeth. So we will basically be getting an array or vector.
Yeah.
So, and each of those has in the ith position, it has ai number of teeth. So it is given that Steve will spin the leftmost gear at a speed of 1 revolution per second. So this is only for the leftmost gear, and for the other gears, if it has x number of teeth, like if the array has a number that is x, and y is the number of teeth that has the gear to its left. So the left number is y, and the current number is x. And for the second element, that y will be 1. And z be the speed the gear to its left spins at. Okay, so the left z will be 1 and y will be the number that is in the left. Then its speed will be y by x into z. So if we see the first input, or maybe a bigger one, let's say 6, 3, 5, 9. So then for the first one, it will spin at 1 revolution per minute, that is for the 6. Then for the 3 one, the formula
You are.
that is given, that will be.
Sorry to interrupt, but your voice got cut. So could you please repeat a little bit from the test case you are explaining?
Yes, for 6, 3, 6, 9, if we say. So for the 6 that is there, the first element. So for that it will be 1. It is given since it is the leftmost one.
Yeah.
And for number the next one, that is a 3. So it will be the basically y by x into z. So here y is 6 and x is 3. That is the current one, and into 1. So 1 is the previous z basically. So here we get which is 2 revolutions per second. So here if we actually consider the z, that is actually if we write for the entire one, and we write for the entire thing, then that z is basically for the previous thing. And then if you see that there are 2 same elements, that then that basically cuts out if we place it to the leftmost and to the rightmost. So that is basically the concept.
Yeah, I think so. You tried to tell the correct answer only. I think so. You got the solution. Yeah, I did a cold call basically. Don't get too intimidated. It was not anything planned. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. No problem.
Don't get okay. So yeah, I think so. He explained correctly. It is the correct solution. That yeah. Could you please anyone tell me what complexity you think the solution can be based on the n that is given? What maximum or bigger complexity can run on this code? Anyone?
N cube or n to the power 4.
N to the power 4. Yeah, n cube is more or less the correct answer. Okay, so yeah. And what are the solutions that you guys are providing? What are the what are the complexity of those solutions?
O of n.
Are you
Yes, big
sure?
of n.
Are you sure they are O of n?
In login,
We
actually,
have
we're
to-
using a map.
Actually,
Yeah.
we use maps.
Yeah. Great. It is O of n log n. Yeah, if you are using another map, I think so, then you can call it O of n. But that also can go up to O of n square in worst cases. Let's not go into the details for that. But yeah. So yeah, your answer is correct. Your answers are O of n log n, which is lower than n cube. So obviously it will run for our program. So I think so I will explain it a little bit here. That wait. Okay. For those who did not get the solution, I think so I will try to explain it as much as possible. So here you can see there are 3 gears. Okay, and we are expected. What is expected that what I think so the first gear is rotating at 1 revolution. Okay, so let's name this gears x1, x2 and x3. Okay, let's take this example. This is rotating at 1 revolution. My handwriting is very bad. Okay, if you cannot understand, you can tell me at any point. Okay, my handwriting is very bad. Okay, so this is rotating at 1 revolution, as it is mentioned in the mentioned in the question, that which this is spinning v1, which is 1. So what will be the speed of v2? If the ratios are x1 and x2, the v2 will be x1 by x2 into v1. So this is basically the speed of the v2. Now what will be the speed of v3? v3 will be just be x3 x2 into x3. Writing I will erase it. x3 what's doing? v3 will be your x2 by x3 into v2. So now if you substitute this v2 here, okay, so if you substitute it here, you can see that x1 by x2 into v1. So now this is for 3. If you do it for maybe I or n or anything, it will just be this thing, that x of n minus 1 by x of n into dot x1 by x2, okay, into v1, and we know v1 is 1 just. So basically everything in between will get cancelled. So we will, at the end, we will be left with just this expression, that is the speed of Vn equals to, I think so, x1 by xn. Okay, into v1, which is already 1. So what are we asked in the question? That we have to make this 1. This is already 1. So basically x1 and xn has to be equal. That means the first gear and the last gear's teeth ratio must be the same. So how can we do that? We will just check in the array that if there is an element that is repeating, then we can just answer it yes. If there is no repeating element, everything is distinct, we can just say that no is the answer. So I will code up a solution for you, I think so, to show you the submission process. Why is it not showing Sublime? Okay, let me share the entire screen window. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, is it clear? This is Sublime. You can use any text editor, any ID you want. So the question was that we will take an number, that is the size. Okay, I am using vectors here. I will not use arrays, I will use vectors. That is a good practice in CP, not using arrays. So I think so. I will write first a naive solution to show you about the time complexity of the code. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, is this correct? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? No one? Okay, let's just submit and see if it's correct or not. Okay, for submitting, you can choose your file from here. Okay, or you can just go here. There's submit code option over here in Codeforces. Okay, it's a bit different from other websites. You can go to submit code, then select your problem, which is our problem is the A number. So we choose the problem. We can choose the language. There's a lot of languages here, but I use C++ 17. Paste your code here. Okay, then just click on submit. So this is the process of submitting on Codeforces. It's a bit different from other websites. Okay, so let's see if so here we can see the verdict. It's accepted. Can anyone tell me about the time complexity of the code that I wrote? This one?
N square.
Of n squared. Okay, since we have used two loops of n, that's I inner loop is of O of n, the outer loop is of O of n, and the inner loop of O of n. So it's of n squared. So you can do it in this one. Since our question allows us n cube, we can use O of n squared. There are different approaches to this also. You can use this also. Let me show you one more way. Okay. Let's just convert it to set and just use insert. If vec, I am not changing the name, vec dot size not equals to n, then see out yes, and let's see if this code is correct. Okay, both are same solutions, but the time complexity is a bit different. Okay, this is also accepted. Can anyone tell me what's the complexity of this?
N log n.
Yeah, in log because the inserting into set takes log n. We are doing it n times, so basically the complexity is n log n. Okay, so there, I think so. Multiple people have given the solution with using maps. I'm not showing you the map process. You can use that too. Map is a very useful STL for measuring the frequency. Okay, counting the frequency of anything in vectors or arrays. I think so. That's it for Nilim.
You can use a vector here as well.
Nilim, anything?
You can use
Hello?
a vector to get the time complexity to of n. The elements are low.
Sorry?
The elements are from 1 to 100. Can you hear? So we can actually use a vector to get it to of n.
We can use it vector. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Good thing. I think so. Wait. Let me show you that too. Okay. So he's saying basically, as we can see, the size of AI is 100. So I think so. He has already spoken about the solution, but can anyone say me how to get it down to often? Still.
So we can use a frequency array, like
Frequency array.
storing that index.
Yeah, since it's given 100.
Yeah. Correct. So I think so. We can do that also here. Vector int vec. We're taking 100 of 1 so that the last is 100. Vec of.
Ankit, your screen is not visible.
Oh, my screen is not visible. Sorry. It's visible now, I think so. We are doing this. We are taking a vector of size 101. Okay, so that the last index is 100, and we will just initialize it to 0 to show that every number's frequency is initialized to 0. Now we will do what? Vec of a plus plus. So what we are doing is incrementing each number's frequency by 1 every time. So now we can just check if vec of a is greater than or equals to 2, then we can just print cout yes and return. Or else at the end we can just do no. Okay, let's submit this one too. Okay.
We are not taking the complete input, actually. We are just abruptly stopping.
Oh, yeah. Great catch. We are not.
To process the complete then.
Yeah. So we should just use a flag variable. If I think so, it's correct now. Okay, it's accepted, I think so. Yeah. So you can see there is a slight difference in the time complexity, and it's reflected here. maybe not that much, but yeah. So I think so today's we will just show you this much of the questions. There is no, today was a very basic session. We will not be doing this level of questions in the next sessions. I hope so. Okay. I will at last, I think so, I will give you a homework problem. Let me give you the homework problem. Wait. Nilim, could you please just provide the homework problem in the chat?
Yeah.
Today was a very introductory session. The two problems that we showed today was very basic, and I think so. We will not be doing this level of problems. This was very, I think so, 800 on code forces and 1000 on code chef, 1000 or 1200. We will be doing much better questions from the next sessions. This was just a warm up. I hope you will be excited for those questions. This is the question. I think so. Yeah, Nilim has provided in the Shan has provided in the chat. You can open it up. Let me just show you also the question. So this is the question. Okay. Not very highly rated also. This is a 1100 problem. I think so. You can solve this. You are a second year student. I will give you a basic hint. It's an inclusion exclusion problem. Okay. Try it. I will highly recommend. Good problem. You will get to learn few things. Okay. One thing to note, it's given 10 to the power 18. These are the cases that we don't have to explicitly handle because we are using like this as defined int long int. So we can just write it int and forget about it. We don't have to write long int explicitly every time. So yeah, do this problem. I think so. Next day, whoever will take the session will see how many of you have solved this and what's your approach toward it. Okay, so any question from the three of us? Any doubts, anything related to this session or your personal problems about CP, not personal life problems? I think so. Anyone? I know Tuhin was asking about some of the things before. Anyone? Yeah, anyone who has doubt can just unmute and ask any one of us. Anything about how to do CP,